Okay, and we're live.
Hola! Hello!
Hello.
So today we are here with our live show for Stars Above, and it's a few days late, but we're finally here.
Yeah, finally.
Finally, it only took a week and a half.
Right?
But today we're going to be talking about Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This is a collection of 9 short stories that she released, I think, at the end of January. And we are going to be talking about each short story as we go through the book. So, as always, well, with this we can't really do a spoiler-free because it's kind of hard to do that with short stories. So, I guess we're going to go straight into spoilers right after opening statements.
Yeah.
So, would you like to start?
Yeah, so I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. It was so good. I mean, it's the Lunar Chronicles. It's Marissa Meyer. There's I took my cover off so it'll be easier. Anyway, no, yeah, so I love this. I love all of the stories except for one, I believe. I haven't read this in a month and a half now, so I forget some things. But no, yeah, I really, really love this collection of short stories.
Okay. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Despite having mixed feelings about a lot of the stories, I'm really biased just because it's the Lunar Chronicles. I apologize for my dog. But,
usually it's me in my house making all the noise.
yeah, it's different this time. But I am very biased towards anything Lunar Chronicles, so of course I'm going to give it a high rating. Which,
yeah, I feel like no matter what was in this book, both of us would have given us a 5 out of 5 star, no matter what we actually read, because we just love the Lunar Chronicles so much.
And I know I already told you, but in case anybody's watching right now, if I'm looking down and look like I'm scribbling furiously, it's because I forgot to finish my notes, so I'm doing it now. Because I was unprepared.
Okay, so do we want to start with the first novella, which is called The Keeper?
We could go in order. Great.
Well, I'll give a little synopsis. So The Keeper follows Michelle Benoit, who is Scarlet. Scarlet is one of our main characters for the series. This is her grandmother, and she is when Cinder first comes to Earth to recover from her injuries suffered on Luna, Michelle keeps her in her barn thing and is trusted to be kept with this secret of holding the Lunar Princess until she is older and kind of can become a cyborg.
Sorry. So I couldn't know. I didn't.
You're breaking up. What'd you say?
You froze for a second, so I didn't know if you were done talking or anything.
Oh, my bad. Okay, did you hear the synopsis? It was a really good one too, dang it.
I heard half of it.
Oh, okay. Well, it basically follows Michelle Benoit, who is the grandmother of Scarlet, and she is assigned the task of keeping Cinder until she's old enough and able to become a cyborg, basically. Her story.
Okay, would you like to start with your thoughts, or would you like me to start?
Sure, yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed the seeing the backstory. I mean, seeing the backstory of one of your favorite characters in your favorite series is really, really cool. It was interesting to see how it all worked out and what effects this had on Michelle, and kind of seeing a little bit of Scarlett's, how she came to live with her grandmother and all that stuff. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. Definitely a great start to the to Stars Above.
Sorry, I need a second to shut that one. Guys. Okay, so this story, I have notes. Okay, so I was very sad reading about Michelle, knowing that in present time he was dead, but I did like knowing the earlier times of Cinder, and even though she was asleep for all of it, knowing how she became a cyborg and how Scarlet came to live with her grandma and how Michelle was handling the entire situation.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting that that the relationship between Scarlet and Cinder, sort of like the guy who brought Cinder to Earth is Scarlet's grandfather. Like, we didn't have that information before, that that Michelle and this guy were together and they created a child, and then that child had Scarlet. And I thought it was really, really interesting because we didn't know that tidbit before this story.
Yeah, and I think in present time he's dead, I think.
Yeah, I believe so, because he had the lunar sickness.
Yeah, because he was like going crazy, and now he's like, we need to operate now.
Yeah, which is something that like totally makes me crazy, the lunar sickness. Like, okay, I get, and I realized this reading The Keeper, that, and I should have realized it when we were reading Winter, but the lunar sickness makes me crazy because I get that they don't want to, make people think that they look one way and they don't, and like all that stuff. I get why you wouldn't want to use your lunar sickness on other people, but why can't they just use their lunar ability by themselves, home alone, in a room, so they don't go crazy? Like, that's the part that I don't get. I feel like it's a hole in the entire plot of the Lunar Chronicles. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe they feel that if they use it, they'll start to use it all the time then.
I guess that's a good point. I don't know. Like, I would feel the same way. I wouldn't want to use it against anybody, but in order to not go crazy, I would at least try my hardest to use it on my own when I'm alone instead of, using it against other people. But I see the point, I guess. I wish that they would just, like, use it once, like, especially at the end of your disease when you're really starting to go nuts. I would especially use it in lieu of dying, I guess, by myself. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to go on to glitches?
Sure. Which one was glitches? I'm trying to remember.
Well, the glitches is the one that I thought was about Aiko the entire time. And
but it wasn't, yeah.
It wasn't about her. But I really liked it.
You did like this one? I didn't.
I did. I mean,
yeah. I liked the Little Mermaid like retelling. I mean, I could see.
You're thinking of the wrong story. That's the little android.
So which one is this one?
One where Cinder is like first coming to her new family's house.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Okay, yeah, no, I like this one.
I really liked reading about how Cinder's life was before the first book, but I was really sad at the end of this story when Garen got the like leukomosis.
Yeah.
And like they were all crying and it was horrible.
Yeah, it's a lot shorter than I remember. Like, it's only this long. It's only like I don't know, 50 page. No, it's only 30 pages. That's crazy. I felt like I got a lot more out of the story than it only being 30 pages, because you see a lot of Cinder's insight about how it felt to go into this new family and try to be accepted, where she was, because I remember she was trying to fix the android that was Aiko, like, before she got her new body and all that stuff. So she was trying to fix Aiko to, show that she had something to give to this family, show that she could be of use of somehow. And so to see this little Cinder trying to be included and trying to be wanted was really sweet. It just gave us a really good insight.
See, I thought reading it that at first Adri was nice to Cinder, but then there was a part where Cinder overheard. No. Where Adri was talking to Cinder, and the little orange lie detector light showed up in her vision, and she didn't know what it meant.
Oh, yeah, that was a really cool part of the story where she was like, I wonder what that orange button is. And we know that it means she's lying. And it's like, wow, yeah. And then she overhears Adri talking to her husband. What was his name again?
Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron, with a G.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, she hears them talking at night, and it's like really bad. Yeah. I just can't imagine the impact that has on a little child, being brought into a family who you don't know anybody and knowing that you're not loved or wanted.
Yeah. That was sad.
It really is. Like, Cinder's young life was really hard, you know? Like, a lot of it was taken away from her because she was in the stasis tank and she doesn't remember it. And then, you know, the young life that she does remember is just a part of this family that doesn't want her. It's sad.
Well, I like that Peony accepted her so openly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And they were friends, you know, since the beginning of Cinder. They were really close, a lot closer than her and her other stepsister were.
No, in Cinder she dies, and it's all sad.
Yeah.
That was the only person that accepted her.
Yeah. Her family, at least, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is the Queen's Army.
I did not like this one.
And this one was about Wolf, right?
Yeah.
I think it's because you don't like Scarlet and Wolf.
It's not that I don't like them. I don't like reading like straight about them.
Right, I get it. I get it.
Then that's fine, but if they're on their own, then I'm bored.
I thought, okay, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened because, like, at the end of this, I think the only thing that I didn't like was at the end was where Wolf realizes that his little brother is going to be in the army with him. I was just like, oh my God, what, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
Like,
yeah, I'm trying to flip through the pages and remember what really happened. But I mean, like, this isn't going to be on my top, like, this isn't my favorite of the stories, but I definitely didn't dislike it. Again, it gave us more insight to the back of the story about how, you know, the Lunar Army works and what they're, you know, doing to these kids, basically taking them away from their families and making them into something that they're not. And one thing that I really thought was interesting was when Wolf realized that in order to become this hybrid, they were taking away his lunar gift, and like the impact that had on him was really, like, it was a big thing, and I thought that was really interesting. I remember that specifically standing out.
Almost done with my notes. I only have 2 more stories left.
Well, what notes did you take on this one? Because I'm trying to remember.
Well, considering I wrote them 10 minutes ago, I wrote not a big fan of this story because I'm not the biggest. I never finished the sentence because I'm not the biggest fan of Wolf.
I think notes are kind of invalid when you do them 2 seconds or during the live show.
No, I don't know. Well, it says not a big fan of this story because I'm not the biggest fan. Like that, I stopped mid-sentence.
Yeah. You know, a prequel of Wolf's story, I think, would have been a lot more interesting if it was the area of Wolf's life where he's in Earth and he's following Scarlet, like at the beginning of Scarlet. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, well, I'll talk about that when we get to that story because it kind of has to do with that.
Wait, which one?
It has to do with the last story, something old, something new. But
no, I'm just no. All I was really saying is that this, I think, a prequel of Wolf's story would have been more interesting if it was during Scarlet, like if it was Scarlet from his point of view, a little bit. Does that make sense? I think that would be a little bit more interesting. But it wasn't bad though.
No.
Okay. Carswell's Guide to Being Lucky. What'd you think?
I didn't expect him to be like younger in it. I thought it was gonna be like how he got in jail and stuff. I was really excited about that, and then I was just disappointed.
Yeah, me too. And I'm like, I was really disappointed that he was such a jerk. And I feel like by the end, he was really trying to like
that's what I thought.
Do better, and like he was changing his tune a bit. But then at the end, he's kind of having a conversation with himself. He's like, "Oh, who am I kidding? You know, I like her, but I can just use her to my advantage in whatever way. You know."
Was so excited about this story until I actually read it.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was thinking the same thing, that it was going to be him as an adult and his story about how he got into jail and all that stuff too. Yeah, I agree. Again, I didn't hate it. Like there was only the one that I didn't like, and that was the Little Mermaid one. I don't remember the name of it though.
The little android.
A little android, yeah, that was the only one that I really didn't like. But, you know, again, it was really interesting to see, you know, a younger version of the character that we know and to see how they came to who they are and all that stuff. But I was really upset that he was like, I don't know, a real jerk.
One more sentence. Hold on. Okay. So are we ready to move on to the next one?
Yep, the next one is Cress's story, and that is After Sunshine Passes By.
I was actually really I really liked this story just because we were like seeing this beginning, basically like baby Cress when she was like really young, and how she got up into the satellite.
Yeah, and it gave us more insight too on what they do with the shells in Luna, like how the shells live their life, and
They basically take their blood.
Yeah, basically, like they just live in these things, and I mean, like these. I feel like they're like cabins, but I don't know. That's what I picture. Like they're all at summer camp or something.
I thought they were like underground caves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. But yeah, no, it was interesting, and how Sybil used her to, like for her computer savvy.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
I was sad at the end when she's like, "I'm staying here. Like this is where I'm gonna be all by myself." I was so sad.
Yeah. A lot of the Lunar Chronicles characters, they have very sad childhoods. It sucks.
But like in the beginning of Cress, or like throughout Cress until they save her in the actual book,
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't seem that bad because she has her recorded voice that she did when she was younger.
Yeah.
When she's kind of just used to it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, when you live your whole life up there in a satellite by yourself, you kind of have to just get used to it. Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay.
I feel like this one was a lot longer too, but it's literally only like 20 pages, if that, like 15 pages or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, with short stories and like a book of short stories, I'm always going through it. It's like, oh, okay, this one's really short, and then it's like, oh, this is really long. Do I really want to like read that?
That's funny.
I fought so hard to not skip to the end of this book. I was strong.
Oh no, see, I wasn't. What? What'd you say?
The head.
Oh yeah, I did. As soon as I got it, I flipped. Like I was in the car with Chase as after I bought it, and I'm flipping to the last story, and he's like, and I'm like, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm reading ahead, and he's like, but what are you doing? And I'm like, but I think it's them. I think someone's getting married, and I knew someone was getting married, but I don't want to spoil it for the end of the live show. So I was like, it's them. He's like, stop spoiling yourself, and he took the book from me.
I was strong. I read the entire thing before the end of it.
I can't be, especially because I knew it was a short story book. Like it didn't matter what in what order I read them. If I read the last one first or the second one first or whatever, it didn't really matter. So I knew I just would go to the end, and the suspense was killing me by the time I bought the book. I couldn't wait another second longer. I couldn't.
Okay, I was right. There's a preview for Heartless in here, and I haven't read it yet.
Did I read it? I'm not sure. I don't think I did.
Hate reading previews because then you get excited.
Huh?
Reading previews because then you get excited for the actual book and you can't wait.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just wait until November and not have any like pre-information or anything like that. I'm good. Okay, so what is the next short story? The Princess and the Guard. And this one is Winter and Jason.
Okay, I didn't hate this story. I enjoyed the story, despite them not being my favorite characters.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I'm trying to think of. This is the how she decides to not use her powers or her lunar gift. That's right. Oh my god, I loved this. This is one of my favorites probably, because like Winter coming to the realization of just because you use your gift thinking that you're helping somebody doesn't mean that you're necessarily helping somebody, because she was getting abused. Like one of her maids was getting abused or something, and she wanted to and she was trying to kill herself, and Winter saved her even though she really didn't.
Yeah, and like I'm so biased because basically if the story is not Kai and Cinder or just Kai or Thorn and Cress, then I'm just kind of like, what's the point? But even if it's between like Cress and Thorn and Kai and Cinder, I'd still pick Kai and Cinder.
Of course you would. Of course.
And the thing is, I don't even know why they're my favorite characters. They're great.
Probably because they're the original. Like, you know, this is the 5th book that we've read with them in it. Well, minus
Ferris.
Levana, yeah, Ferris. They weren't in that one, but you know, they've been in every other book, and we've been rooting for them since the beginning. But so I see it. I mean, they're definitely one of my favorites. They're not my favorite, but they're one of my favorites. So, what were your thoughts on the Princess and the Guard?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I don't really have any negativities, except I think that was one of the long stories that I was kind of just meh about.
Yeah, it was pretty long. I liked seeing what became like how Winter made her decision to not use her gift, and like seeing the love between her and Jason sprout as their children and as they're growing into their teenage years, because I think it took place over the course of several years, right? Yeah, so that was really interesting to see.
I was really sad when we saw the part where how she got her scars on her face.
Oh yeah, with Levana. Yeah, that was super sad.
Wrong.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's Levana for you. Like, I wasn't even shocked. Like, it's Levana. She's a jerk. Like, I have other choice words to say for her, but not on my channel because my mom would kill me.
This isn't about this story, but in Winter, I wish we'd actually, like, this is going to sound really morbid, but I wish we'd seen Levana die instead of, like, Cinder just wakes up and, like, oh yeah, Levana's dead.
Well, I think, like, they made, like the blow to kill her happened, but then Cinder passes out and you wake up and she's dead. Like, you don't see her like, I'm dying, right? Like, I guess.
Can you message me the link to the show so I can tweet it?
Yeah, I think I'll do that too. We'll take a...
Did not think about doing that.
No, me neither. I completely forgot. Let me see. Link, copy, and Twitter. There you are. The last 3 messages on Twitter are all the link.
Let's see. Oh man, I almost deleted it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I have tweeted.
Here, I'm about to do it on. We're live talking about. I always like to tag the author in hopes that they'll retweet it or come watch.
Right? That would be nice.
Meyer has better things to do.
All right, let me look at the next story, get my thoughts in order.
The
next one's a little Android.
Oh god, that's going to be the shortest thing we talk about.
Yeah.
See, but then whenever we talk crap about a book, I don't want the author to come watch.
Well, you know, we're not really talking crap. We were just a bit disappointed because this is the one that I thought was about Aiko.
I'm so excited for this because, okay, we're basically talking about it now. I am a huge Little Mermaid fan. That is my favorite
Fairy tale.
Yeah, Disney story. You'd think because I'm such a huge Rumbell fan on Once Upon a Time, you think Beauty and the Beast would be my favorite Disney movie, but it actually scared me when I was little, so I didn't like watching it. But The Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney movie, and I was so disappointed with this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Aiko.
Yeah.
Aiko.
Yeah, I thought the Little Mermaid, or who would have been the character of the Little Mermaid was Aiko as well. And then as soon as I started it, I realized that it wasn't Aiko because it's like I knew that Aiko had been with Cinder's family for like forever or something like that, especially after reading the first one that had Aiko when it glitches. So it was just like, I just didn't like it because it didn't have any of our characters in it except for Cinder for like a second at the end, and that was it.
See, I didn't realize until like I think I was like halfway through the story when I texted you. I was like, "This isn't Aiko, is it?" And you're like, "No, it's not."
Nope.
So,
Yeah, I was super, super, super disappointed in that, and I was just really bummed. And like, I didn't get it either. Like, I mean, when you are a mermaid and there is an ability to change you into a human, and you're in love with a human, and like, it could work out. But there's no magic in the Lunar Chronicles world. There is no way that an android is going to be able to be with a human.
yeah.
Like, and then the human that she was in love with, or that he was in love with, was a cyborg, which I thought was interesting.
I forgot about that. Oh, that was great. Oh yeah. Okay, you actually reminded me at the very end of the story. I'm actually very confused on something. Well, kind of confused. Where's the story? You just remind. I did not think about this until you just said, cyborg. Okay, little android. And this was a long story. Now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent size for the book.
Okay, at the very end, I remember they called the android Star.
Mm-hmm.
I think, or was that the cyborg?
No, I think that was the android. I think.
Okay, well, they call her Star,
Mm-hmm.
and at the very end, she's on the ship for that rich dude that was leaving. Is she disguised as the cyborg girl, Miko? Miko. Is she disguised as her or something? Because
No.
well, then why does the dude think that Star is Miko?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I don't know. I don't remember I guess I don't remember what you're talking about. So
Like the last like 3 or 4 pages of the story, and like I'm pretty sure the dad thinks that Star is Miko, which I don't understand how, but I will accept it. Like the end of this was so confusing to me.
yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to like reread it and get back to you and see what you're talking about, because we don't have time during the live show. But I'm kind of interested to see what you're meaning. Like, I'm trying to glance it over and figure out what's going on, but I don't think I can. I have to have my full attention on it, you know?
Like I'm so confused by it. It's not okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reread it, and see what you're talking about. But next is the mechanic.
Yes, which we've essentially already read this story just from a different perspective.
Yeah, it's the beginning of Cinder in Kai's perspective. So what'd you think?
I loved it.
I knew you would.
And I loved hearing what Kai thought of Cinder, which was all good things.
Yeah, it was super interesting. I love short stories of a different person's perspective of stories. Like, I don't like books that are like from one person's perspective and then another person's perspective, and it's like a full book like they did with Life and Death. I would never read that.
Oh, they did that with Allegiant, and it was really bad.
Yeah, I would never do that. I would never read anything like that. But having it a short story or like a snippet, I think is just fine. Like, I would. That's basically reading the same book twice, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know, I am with rereads.
No, like I liked this story only because of Kai and Cinder, but I just the entire time I felt like I've read this before.
Yeah, but it's good to be in his head and see his thoughts, and you know, and how surprised he was at is that my phone ringing?
Is that your phone ringing?
Hold on, I hear my phone ringing. Oh, there it is. Okay. I could hear it but not see it. Okay, that was really annoying. Sorry. Anyway, no, yeah, it was really cool to see Kai's, you know, perspective on Cinder and how surprised he was when Cinder wasn't like an old sweaty man. And
yeah. I'm in love with this girl.
Right? Basically. It's love at first sight.
Yeah.
All right, Chloe, down to the nitty-gritty. This is what I've been waiting to talk to you about for a month and a half, and I'm so excited. Are you ready? Are you ready?
We could have talked about it a week ago.
Yeah, I know we could have. I fail. It's all my fault. The live show got pushed back. I know. But guess what?
We're talking about it now.
Scarlett and Wolf got married. And who called it? I did.
Excuse me, you said Winter and Jason. Thank you.
No. It was between the two. Okay, all right. I said it was probably going to be Winter and Jason, but it could be Scarlet and or it could be Wolf and Scarlet. But I was pretty sure it was going to be Winter and Jason. But I was almost as sure that it could have been Scarlet and Wolf. I wanted it to be Scarlet and Wolf more, but I thought it would be Winter and Jason. But either way, I called it.
And I didn't hear because I was just like, I just wanted to be Kai and Cinder.
Yeah. I don't think you were thinking logic. You were letting your love of Kai and Cinder like cloud your logic. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. If it was in like if it was like 5 years after Winter ended, there was no way that it was going to be Kai and Cinder. No way. It's just too soon. It's too soon for Luna. It's too soon for Earth. It's just too soon for both countries, and it's too soon for that. I knew it.
Can you talk about this story? Well, I know the dogs from outside.
Do what?
Can you just talk about your thoughts on this story real quick? Because one of the dogs wouldn't come inside earlier, and I have to go get him.
Sure.
I'm not prepared.
Okay, so basically, I just loved this story, and it is Scarlet and Wolf getting married, and talking to myself in a live show is really, really awkward. But no, yeah, this was really, really good. I don't have any of my thoughts for this prepared at all. I was just, Scarlet and Wolf are my favorite characters of the whole Lunar Chronicles, so I was just super, super excited that they were getting married, and it was perfect, and Scarlet, their wedding was just the most perfect thing ever, and the something old, something blue thing was amazing, and Kai did the like married them, and everything he said was just perfect, and the whole thing was just perfect, and I cried, and it was amazing. I cried twice. I cried once when they got married, and then once at the end, which I won't talk about until Chloe gets back, because I want her to tell me her thoughts first. There you go. There you are. Okay, the ending. Or your thoughts on the whole thing, because I feel like I've talked the whole time.
Okay, I'm really glad that we had the entire group together. That was really great. That made it really interesting. I love the whole surprise, you're getting married today, not tomorrow, whole thing that they did.
Yeah.
The end. Kai and Cinder finally are engaged, which goes on to my theory. I'm hoping, though this would kind of be like, I think this kind of stupid in a graphic novel, that the wedding is somewhere in one of those, but I think that should be a separate short story on its own.
Yeah, I would like to see that. That's the only thing I'm kind of mad about. Like, I mean, if they had not gotten engaged, it would have been okay. But they got engaged, which I was kind of expecting. But I would love to hear that story, you know? That would be great.
I need that story.
Yeah, me too.
Empress.
Did you cry?
No, I don't cry during books. It's so weird.
Oh my god, I'm a big baby. If something makes me sad, I'm gonna cry. I cried at the wedding, and I cried when they got engaged. I was just like a bucket of tears. I was just like.
I've only ever cried during one book, and that was The Fault in Our Stars.
Is it not sad? I haven't read it.
You should read it. The only book I've ever cried during.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to see. I cried like a baby when I saw if she went or where she went, or
If I Stay.
If I Stay. There you go. If I Stay. I cried like a baby when I saw that movie. Like literally over and over and over again. Like 5 times I cried.
You need to read that book though, because the sequel, Where She Went, I think it's so much better than If I Stay.
Yeah?
I loved it.
I'm really mad that I didn't read If I Stay first before watching the movie. I don't know why I did that, because it was such a good movie.
Yeah, you need to read the book, because the book is really good too. But the sequel is actually kind of like a few years later, and it's in a different person's perspective, but it's really good. It's so much better than If I Stay.
Yeah, sounds good. So I feel like we would have talked for like an hour on this, but we got through it pretty quick.
We're finally engaged, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm really bummed that we don't get that story though. Like, she's done. Like, this is it.
There's still a chance. I'm hoping there's a chance.
Maybe she'll put it on because I don't think that what did she publish this with? HarperCollins? Who is this published?
Fierce Read, so it's Fuel Ewell and Friends.
Oh, okay, all right. So I don't think that they're gonna renew. Like, I feel like if you're smart, if you're a good publisher, you're gonna let the story go when it's done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to make it a 10-book series just because you can. You know, they're
Like, like Pretty Little Liars was.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it's good, if people love it, and the last book is good, then just leave it at that. It's done. Leave people wanting more, but never give them more.
Just give us like a short story. Just a short story.
No, I agree. That's why I'm hoping she puts it on that website.
Oh, Wattpad?
Yeah, Wattpad, where she put some of the short stories on. I'm glad I didn't read those short stories either before getting this. Like, they were all new to me. You know, a lot of people had read the short stories already on Wattpad, and I planned on it, but I never actually got to it. So I'm glad that I didn't, because they were all new, and I felt like I was getting my money's worth.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send Marissa Meyer a tweet real quick. Please write a short story about the wedding.
That would be really nice. I'd love to see that. I'm really sad that it's over. I think part of the reason why I cried at the end was because it was over. There's no more Lunar Chronicles. Like, when winter ended, I wasn't really that sad because I knew we were getting Stars Above, but now it's like really, really over.
You're gonna make me cry. Don't do that.
I'm sorry, don't cry. I'm not wearing a right eyeliner to cry in.
I'm not wearing any eyeliner. I'm just wearing mascara.
I have to wear eyeliner or else I look like, I don't know, I look like I'm about to fall asleep or something. I have to wear eyeliner.
I used to wear eyeliner all the time, and then I got lazy in the morning. More important.
That's funny. So, final thoughts or anything? I'm trying to think of.
I need more Lunar Chronicles in my life.
Okay, why don't we do, what was our favorite short story and our least favorite? What was your favorite?
Well, my favorite was the last one.
Me
Something else they knew. My least favorite
was
to toss up between the little android and Carswell and the Queen's Army, but it's probably the little android because that was so bad.
Yeah, the little android's my least favorite, and then something old, something new, something blue, or something old, something blue. I don't know what it's called. Something borrowed, something blue. Is that what it's called?
Something old, something new.
Oh, okay, there we go. Something old, something new. Yeah, that was my favorite too. And I loved, oh my god, I talked about this while you were gone, the fact what Kai said while he was marrying them.
Oh yeah.
Was that not like the best thing ever? That's what made me cry.
I think I need to go back and read like the last 4 pages. Like, there's a lot of random quotes in here, or random like little sentences that I love, especially during the proposal. Let's see. Where is it? I wanted to say one of them if it's what I'm thinking of. It's like, I asked you once if you thought you would ever be willing to wear a crown again, not as the Queen of Luna, but as my Empress, and you said that you would consider it someday.
And this is that day. Just melt my heart, Kai. Melt my heart.
Like, I love you. I want to be with you the rest of my life. I want to marry you, and yes, I want you to be my Empress. Ugh.
That's a lot of wanting, she says.
That is a lot of wanting, but I'm okay with it.
She says, Cinder, will you marry me? Yes, she whispered, I will marry you. Like, when you read it the second time, you're like, that is so corny. But when you read it, like, I don't know, when you get the full effect of the whole story, it's just like, that is the sweetest thing ever.
And like one of the other sentences, she would be Kai's wife. She would be the Commonwealth's Empress. I
wish that we had gotten everyone's reaction when they came back to Scarlett's house and they were like, we're engaged. Oh, I dropped my book.
I'm always so weird about that though, because it's like, this is just me though. Like, if it's my wedding day, I don't want somebody to come and be like, we're engaged now. It's like, this is my day, damn it.
Oh yeah, I agree. That would make me really mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they didn't do that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they probably did go back home and tell everyone that they were engaged, but kind of would have been awkward too, seeing everyone's reaction if they weren't all happy.
Hey guys.
I feel like though Scarlett would have been happy for them.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little tiff that it was her wedding, but
hey, what are you doing?
But it was really romantic. They were looking up at the stars, and oh my god, it was so romantic. I loved it.
Oh, it's so great. I like being back on Earth though in that story, as opposed to being on Luna like we had for a lot of like winter and stuff.
Yeah, when I was hoping that it was going to be Scarlet and Wolf, I was like, it's going to be at the farm and in France, and it's going to be beautiful with all of their friends. It was exactly what I imagined. It was exactly what I imagined it was going to be, and it was just perfect.
I like how she like pulled her rifle or her shotgun or whatever out on reporters.
At the paparazzi, yeah, that was great. It was exactly Scarlet. Like, I love Scarlet and Wolf so much, and they're alphas together, and it's just like, oh, I just want to die. I was so happy. And when you finally texted me and you were like, I think I know who's getting married, I texted you in caps. I was like, Scarlet and Wolf, and I was so happy.
Yeah, because I think I texted you like that the page before, because I saw like a clue and I was like, oh man, that's not who I thought it was.
I know. I was skimming through when I spoiled my stuff. I was like skimming through and I was like, okay, they're going to France. That could be a clue. And then like you just know when the ship lands and Scarlett's coming out with her shotgun and they're talking about the wedding, and you basically know at that point, and you're just like, well, I was like, yay! I'm so happy.
And then there's me who's like, well, maybe Kai and Cinder are getting married in France.
I feel so like I had very mixed emotions when I spoiled myself. Half of me was just so freaking happy, and the other half of me felt really bad for you. I really did. I think I even told Chase, I was like, Chloe's gonna be so disappointed.
See, but the end of the story kind of made up for it just a little bit. And
I knew it would, and I almost every time, like when you texted me how disappointed you were about the who got married, I almost wanted to say just wait till the end, but then I knew it would give it away, and I didn't want to spoil it for you.
But see, what will make it up even more is if she publishes a short story.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I doubt it's gonna happen. I hope it does. Wattpad. I'm putting my bets on Wattpad.
I don't know, but I'm kind of waiting for her to like tweet me back or something. Kind of hoping.
I wish.
Like a book con. Are you gonna publish a short story about like, Kai and Cinder? Would you please?
Oh, what if it wasn't when they get married? What if it was them like 10 years later and they had babies?
I'd still be happy, but I'd be sad at the same time.
You just want to see the wedding?
Yes, I just want the wedding.
Corny, mushy goodness.
Yes, in all of it.
All right, so is that it for this live show?
Yeah, now we need to talk about books after we go off the air.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, well, hold on. So, March, April. So, we have an April book, right?
Yes. No, wait. Yes, we do. Okay, so for March right now, we're reading The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine.
Yep.
Next month, we're reading The Looking Glass.
I have that one. Hold on. Let me grab it. So people can
I have it, too, but it's in my bag, and I'm too lazy.
I'll get it. Hold on. If I can find it. Here it is.
I'll look up live show dates.
Okay. So, The Shadow Queen is what we're reading this month in March, and the live show date is April 3rd, and Elizabeth will try really hard not to forget this time.
I think Rainbow Rowell is coming out with a new book. And I just found this out.
Yay. What book?
It's called Kindred Spirits. Why am I not hearing about this? I just see a giveaway for an arc of it. What is happening? Now I need to look it up. What is happening? I'm just now finding out about this.
You're getting distracted. Well, at least we have the book for this month and the next live show. So we're reading The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. What are your initial thoughts? You said you were like 20 pages in, right? Is it good so far?
I like it so far.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. It's got a map. I wish I could show you the whole map, but it's a library book, so it's like stuck right here. I didn't know that. I literally have not opened this. One of the things that I loved about it, and I texted you when I picked it up from the library, is that it's blurbed from Marissa Meyer.
That makes me more excited about it.
Yeah, a gripping addition to the retelling genre. Marissa Meyer blurbed it. I was super happy about that. So, yeah, I'm really excited about The Shadow Queen. That's what we're reading in March. And April, we're reading The Looking Glass Wars.
Yeah.
Yay. And then we're still on the fence about a May book. And then June, we're reading The Sleeping Prince.
This already came out.
What already came out?
The new Rainbow Rowell book. It's a mass market. It's only 96 pages, but it came out last. Why did I not hear about this?
I don't know.
Something in the description says something about Star Wars, and I recently got on the whole Star Wars thing. So what is happening?
What's it called?
Kindred Spirits. How did I not hear about this? I'm very distracted right now, but I don't care right now. How did I don't know. I don't even know.
I've never heard of it either, if that makes you feel any better.
It came out on February 25th, and I knew she had an untitled graphic novel coming out. I already knew that. Oh, now I'm confused. Okay, well,
we'll have to talk about it when we get out of the live show.
Yes. Okay, so March, Shadow Queen by C.G. Redwine. April, Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bador, which I've already read that, so rereading it won't be bad for me. I'll hopefully be able to get through it. May, we'll figure it out.
Yep. Okay. The May book was originally going to be The Sleeping Prince, but the release date got pushed back, so we had to move stuff around. But we will be sending out a Goodreads email when we figure that out. And yeah, so
you thought that was our April book, though, and I was looking. I was like, that was never our book.
I could have sworn it was. I really, really could have. I don't know why. Maybe I just got mixed up. That's what happened.
Yeah, when we had the talk about all of our books, I wrote all this stuff down.
Okay, yeah, so I must have just gotten confused and put the wrong date on Goodreads or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, we're reading The Shadow Queen this month. We will see you on April 3rd for the Shadow Queen live show. That's a Sunday at 6 p.m., like always, on my channel.
Bye. Bye.